Hey y'all, it is the first week of June and we just got back from Florida. We were gone for 10 days on a camping trip, so I wanted to come and take a look at the yard and see if there's anything that I can go ahead and harvest or anything I need to clean up. And there is quite a bit of stuff that I do need to clean up. Everything just grew wild in the garden over the last 10 days, so we'll show what that looks like. So these flower beds have a combination of weeds and flowers, and we didn't get back until late last night, so I was busy trying to unpack the camper and didn't have time to really do anything. So I went to work today and came back home and mowed the yard, but tomorrow I have to go through here and weed eat. This is a compost bin where tomatoes are growing freely. Those were not planted, they just sprouted up and I'm letting them do their thing. And, Lord, I need to weed eat. It's a hot mess up here. I've got banana trees, olive tree, orange tree. Everything's looking kind of stable over here. I did have some blooms over here that are now gone. So those were starting to form when we left. My poor little dragon fruit out here has not been happy. You can see right there. When I put it outside right before we left. Uh-oh, got a tree over here and a bird just went flying. Sorry, little tree. Let's check our oranges over here on this tree. See those growing? And I thought I had more, but it's trying to make more flowers over here too. But that's the only two oh no, there's some right there. So, over here I had some flowers and some weeds, and I've got some, I need to pull that up. That is, that right there. It's got those sticky burrs. It forms yellow flowers. I think it's called devil's something or something of that nature, but it's a weed that you don't want. And I've also got some flowers trying to grow in here. I need to cut this out. This is a hedge. Private hedge that just grew. This whole back wall used to be private hedge. Don't ever plant that because you'll never get rid of it. It just keeps coming back everywhere. Here's the dragon fruits over here. Wow, this one's really spiky. But I had some that got burnt right there and right here. They're not happy about the sun. This one, it's rotting, so I don't know what's going to happen. It's broke off there too, so I'm not sure. I'm just gonna see let nature take its course, but this right here stuff has got to go. We do not want that in the garden. Do not let that stay. If you see that, don't let it stay. But we'll come through and weed all this stuff out. This right here, we don't want. We'll come and do that later. It's going to take me probably all day tomorrow doing this. But you can see all the flowers really took off. It's insane. I mean, 10 days ago when we left, this was just flat. There was hardly anything in it. Ooh, I forgot about my carrots too. I've got carrots over here growing right there. So we'll see what those do. These weeds do not want. And then over here, I started some moonflower vines right there. Hopefully those will take off. And I planted some hyacinth bean vines right there. So hopefully we'll have some purple flowers thrown in with the white flowers of the moonflowers. God, it was a mess when I got back. And over here, marigolds are growing everywhere, and my rose bushes in the middle. I've got some strawberries. Look at that. Guys, yesterday, whenever we got back, I immediately came out and got some strawberries to see if they were ready, because I knew I was going to have 10 days worth, and I needed to clear them out to keep these things from, or to keep them from producing. I cannot speak right now. So I came out and I picked a large bowl full of strawberries and raspberries in the backyard, put them in the counter and put them in water to soak, and went to the camper, was cleaning that out. Came back in, and my son, he was like, Mom, that's the best strawberries I've ever had in my life. Went and shaked the bowl. He ate the whole bowl. So I'm getting a strawberry today. That's good stuff. So back to picking. I see a few more in there. Yeah, right there. And the daggone centipedes or millipedes, whatever they're called, they had been eating on them. So hopefully that one's dirty. I don't want to eat it just yet. Gotta wash it off. But I've been dealing with those. Look here, something's ate that one right there. But in here also I need to get these trained back up. This is the sweet peas, and I have some beans growing in here somewhere, and I think I put a couple of, ooh, I see a big bright red strawberry. I think I put a couple of cucumbers in there too. So they're not too bright, but they're getting there. See, that's almost done. That's pretty. Roses, I do need to come and take my scissors. So the roses were in full bloom before I left, and they're dying. The blooms are now dying. So you need to come in if you want this to keep forming roses and deadhead these. If you don't do this, it's going to stop forming roses because it's going to try to go to seed. So just come through here, cut those spent blooms off, and that will tell the plant to get busy, like right here, and start producing more. And I'd cut some off before I left too. So, I mean, you're seeing the outcome of that. I do need to train this down, because if I don't, and I'll probably do that later, it's only going to form roses at the tips, and I do want them forming more roses too, all up and down that stem. These got some rain damage. We'll just go ahead and cut them off, but I'll come through and do all that later. Those are, I think, I want to say Julia's Child roses in the middle, I'm thinking. But we'll come back later and get all these strawberries too. I'm gonna have a salad with strawberries for dinner tonight. So that's how much that's grown. Those marigolds are going to be so pretty when they fill out in these two beds. The roses over here grew, and before I left, I also put some elephant ears all in between them to try to get some of this grass killed out. You see right there. And I've got, look at this. It's trying to start taking off. Sweet peas, roses, black-eyed Susan vines right there growing. And, ooh, those sweet peas are forming their first flower. It's awesome. And look at that. There's some more black-eyed Susan vine right here. And I started another hyacinth bean vine right in there. Right there. So that can form some flowers over this trellis. The calendulas and sunflowers all took off in this one. It's loaded. I need to come out and deadhead some of these calendulas to keep them blooming. Let's go ahead and do that. So that will tell that plant to keep forming flowers. Later on in the season, I'll let it do its thing. This is weeds. Bad weeds. And more bad weeds. Don't want those in here, but I'll come back and finish that later. So that bed's really super full. And we'll go back. Oh, I do want to show. I did have some cherries too. I found one yesterday that was ripe, and I went ahead and picked it and ate it. But you got to really look in here. I see a couple. Ooh, I see 2 or 3 actually. Let's go deep into the tree. Right there is a cherry, and it's soft. And you got to kind of beat the birds to these too. I see one right over here. This one. And you got to beat worms too. Well, right there. These are Montmorency cherries. Maybe tomorrow I'll come out and harvest those. So over here, wow, this is, I don't know if this is kale. It might be the giant kale. That's what it looks like, or maybe it's Swiss charts. I don't know. I forgot. I planted that stuff last year and it grew back and it's taken over. But also have Tommy Tia's in here, and looks like we're getting pollination. Right there, a little Tommy Tia shell. And I've got cabbage foreman. I also put in here some various orange variety watermelons. So that's why this is intentionally left kind of blank, because these watermelons are going to be filling this completely full. On the outer edge I have the German Cape gooseberries. Something's eat the top of that. Huh. Probably a rabbit or something. But I also have onions growing over here too. Let's look at those. They're looking good. I cannot wait. So back to our little trees over here. I've got some, these were on clearance, everbearing mulberry plants. And they just had a little bit of frost damage and they were 50% off, so grabbed 2 of those. And in here I've got marigolds and yarrow. A couple of persimmon trees. There, these are itty bitties. There. Hi girls. Pawpaw growing right here. And I put some elephant ears all the way along this fence line. So, and I got another pawpaw back there. And I also had some spare tomato plants that I planted in here. So that's what that is in here. Need to come in and cut those vines out. And then something's going on with this pawpaw tree. I don't know if somebody sprayed weed killer somewhere near us, and I'm just gonna see if it comes back, because I also had a damaged stem right here on this blackberry. So it tells me somebody's spraying something somewhere, and the wind will blow it and it can damage your plants. But that's blackberries. These are black raspberries. They just do not look happy over here. There's just something. There's some more. I would think they would look a little better, but we'll give it time and see. The apples are growing. And I planted in between the rows of apples, and there's a peach tree right there, but I have various vining winter squash and melons growing on both sides, so they should clear or fill out the space in between. And in the middle I also planted 3 kiwi vines that will be growing up this trellis. I thought I saw something growing there. Look at that. Hey, Apple. And this tree has got completely huge. I mean, it's really took off. That is the peach tree. And I have some raspberries here. I need to get my bucket. I have no idea where I left it. I know I set it down somewhere. There it is. So, let's see if they're ready. Oh my gosh, they're so good. And I dropped it, but I don't care. Look at that. That is so, so good. Oh my gosh. So I do need to come back here. Something's got to that one. I can't eat it. Crap. But I do need to come and put a stake on this end. And this end, just hammer it in and run a string and help string these up. Otherwise, they're going to root in the ground. But it'd be neater too if I had them strung up, so they're not laying over and bugs getting to them. We'll take that in and wash it because I don't know if it's got a worm in it or anything. That still can go a little bit redder tomorrow. And that one. I cannot wait to eat this evening stuff from this flower bed. Oh my gosh, there's so many. These are so good. And I cannot wait till this patch gets so big that I'll have a really large harvest. Okay. The grapes, I need to come out, take these vines and wrap them around like that. Got some little grapes right here, and I see that I've got those little worms that come on these, and they eat them, eat the leaves right there. So they had done that, and I accidentally sprayed with a weed killer, and I thought it was like a pesticide or a worm or a spray to kill worms, a natural spray, but this is all that's left of this one. I'm just gonna let it do its thing and see if it survives. Do you see a really red raspberry here and here? So let's go back here real quick though. I'm all over the place. It's my ADHD, guys. So back here is peach tree, and these are bush cherries. Yoda, what you doing, buddy? So there's the peaches. They don't tell you when you grow a peach tree that the whole tree smells like peaches. Over here we have some blueberries. Oh my goodness. Are they ready? Or are they just turning? They're not really soft. Well, that came off. I don't know. It's a little sour, but I think it'll be ready tomorrow. Oh my goodness gracious. Some of these are ready. Some of them, the birds will get them if I don't. These were not this dark yesterday evening when we got home. This one, I think I'm going to have to take and put a protective cloth over it because it's so loaded. I think the birds will for sure get to it. So, yep, we're going to have to do that too. Now let's go over here. Look at this bed. There's so much to show. I don't know which direction to go. We'll start over here. I have broccoli growing. Oh my goodness, I have a head of broccoli. Oh, yes, I have a head of broccoli. I love you, broccoli. Okay, that's made my day. The cabbage. It's looking very pretty. More broccoli and Brussels. These I think are the Brussels sprouts. Yeah, you can see down in there. It's trying to grow Brussels sprouts. See that? And we'll take our bow and go in here. I'm gonna harvest some of this lettuce right through here for a salad. Oh, there's another broccoli head. Oh my, and another. Oh my goodness. I did good. Okay, we're gonna get eggs too. So let's go ahead and take this head before it tries to flower. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to eat this. Okay. Oh my goodness, look at that. So let's get the rest. This is a really big, nice head of broccoli. Y'all, I like the stems at all. Oh my goodness, look at that. Holy smokes. This has made my day. I don't know how I did not see this yesterday when I came through and was looking at all these plants. I did not even see this. Biscuit! My dog's over there hacking. Ugh. Look at that. My daughter is going to be trying to get to this broccoli before I do because she loves broccoli. And hopefully I'll have more broccoli forming out from this after harvesting that main head. So we'll let it kind of stay and see what happens. There's supposed to be some, this is artichokes right here, right through there. But there's supposed to be some purple cauliflower in here. This is the borage, I think, right here. That's got medicinal properties, so I'm gonna take a look at that too later. I don't know what happened to that one. It doesn't look too happy. And this, I think, is Old Tokyo. It was a freebie from Baker Creek, so I'm gonna harvest this Old Tokyo and see what I can make with it. I think it's kind of like a mustard green, if I remember correctly. So we're gonna harvest some of that. My bow is full already, and I think I left my scissors. Yeah, I did. Okay, so we'll get some, Old Tokyo and try some of these leaves. Have no idea what it tastes like, but we're gonna find out. That should be enough for a nice little side dish meal. And here we have some basil. This was trying to flower, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it and we can eat it. And maybe by cutting that, it will get more bushy. Let's taste one of these leaves. Has almost like a licorice, maybe. It's really good. Okay, so over here we have some chamomile growing. Let's taste it. Nice green flavor. Put some of that on my salad. Feverfew in the back. My son has headaches all the time, so I'm growing that for him. Some thyme. This is medicinal. You can make a tincture out of that for cold medicine. And over here, what did I plant? Feverfew. That helps with fevers and headaches too. Got my tomatoes growing. Tomatillas growing. I don't see, that might be forming a little pod right there. So this one too. And then some vulgare basil and lemon bee balm growing. I need to come and string these tomatoes up. And I got some peppers, sweet bell peppers over here growing. Oh, we got tomatoes forming right there. Marshmallow and bergamot bee balm right through here. Some more lemon bee balm right through here. Let's try some. That is really good. Has that lemony minty taste. And tomatoes growing back here. Okay, let's harvest us. I lost that lemon bee balm. So we're going to come over here and, oh, I do want to show something here before I harvest my romaine lettuce right here, some of it. This is rosemary. So rosemary, we have discovered that you can make, you can cut some of this off and soak it in water, or do like a light boil and then let it kind of soak all the goods out of this plant of rosemary into that water, and you can spray it on your hair to help with hair growth. You can also make, you can soak this in oil, like any kind of oil, like a tea tree oil, olive oil. So we're going to grow a bunch of this, and what you do is, like, say I soak a bunch of this in some olive oil, and you can do like a light double boil to get that infused in that olive oil and strain this part out, and then you have an oil to put on your hair. You leave it You put it on your hair for about 4 hours, and then do that a couple times a week, and wash it out, and that's supposed to help your hair grow. So that's why I'm growing tons of this to make us some. So me and my daughter both are going to be doing this throughout the year, and we'll see how that works. But let's get some lettuce. Oh, it looks so good. I'm wanting a salad. Let's find, this one looks the biggest. We're gonna go in. I can't remember, I think, I'm trying to remember, somebody said cut these outer ones off and then leave the smaller ones to give them time to grow. So we're gonna have a nice little salad today. Rooster's growling. He must see a hawk. Oh, they're fighting. So I'll have me a nice little salad. Very good, right there. Oh my goodness, I did so good today. Now, last things last is we're gonna go, oh look at that. We're gonna go ahead and get some eggs from the chickens. And I have to be careful because these girls are sneaky and they're fast. Yeah, they picking on you still, honey. They plucking her ball. Look at this. She has to hide from the meanies. Chickens are bullies, so they will pluck feathers out of the one that's lowest in the rank of the chicken, the pecking order. She's the lowest. That's Peggy that doesn't have feet. So they pick on her. Don't you? You're bullies. We got a girl in here sitting on the eggs. What kind of eggs are you hiding in here? She hides them under her wings. You gotta be careful. Not miss any. And I have to leave the light off in here when I do this because these little devils run out that door and it's on like Donkey Kong trying to catch them all. They picking on you, sweetheart. Oh my gosh, there's more. You girls are doing so good. Yeah, you're making all kinds of... Hi, baby. Hi, honey. You in here hiding from those jerks? Get back. Get back. Get back. Get your sneaky butts back. They will run out that door. So I got... No, no. You're so sneaky. There we go. Let's get this inside and make a salad. But before we do that, let's look at the front. About left the biggest part of the flower garden out. This is the hardy hibiscus. Yoda, quit. What have you got in your mouth, dude? Various flowers planted here. Growing. All these flowers are growing. I was in here trying to pluck weeds out of these today. Look at this big flower bed, y'all. This is the mullein plant. It's forming a seed head or flower head. So that's good. It will make more seeds and I'll have more mullein plants for medicine. Soak the parts of the mullein plant in 80 proof vodka and let it sit for 4 to 6 weeks. And you'll have yourself a tincture for cough and cold season. This is all of the marigolds. Right here I got different varieties, different colors. And I have straw flowers. Y'all, when we went to this camping trip, we camped at Disney at the Fort Wilderness, and they had the flower and garden festival. So I, of course, spotted a ton of dead flower heads from some yellow and a red variety of straw flowers. So I deadheaded the flowers myself at Disney, and my kids were so embarrassed. And I put them in my bag, and I was like, I'm going to grow those next year to be my Disney flowers. So right through here is the coxcombs growing, and this is the yarrow. We've got the big bed of marigolds starting in the back here. And we've got this big marigold and straw flower bed. Got, ooh, that's already forming flowers. That's the moonflower. Right there's a flower. See it? And another one. This is a bunch of coxcombs and various, I think there might be some daisies that reseeded in here because it looks like a familiar plant I'd left them. But I need to come out and weed the pointy green grass looking things. And I think there might be some daisies or something in the front growing. I was throwing seeds left and right. Here's this little flower bed. Hey, you're not supposed to be over here. This is why we had to block this. Block this off earlier. Go this way. I've got some yard long beans starting here. Get back this way, buddy. And then some more. I think I put some yard long beans here too. This is the roses. This was so full before we left, and I need to come out and cut all these spent blooms off. That way this will form more flowers. So I've got a combination of clematis and roses right here. Isn't that pretty? And then I've got a couple of hardy hibiscus growing here, and here's all the marigolds and cosmos. I want to come and cut these down. Like, okay, this flower, for example, is spent, so I'm going to come down and cut it to about there. Cut that off, and it will bush out and make more flowers and make this plant more bushy. So after these blooms are spent, I'm going to cut them back to make them bush out. Looks like a hot mess though right now, don't it? I even have a moonflower bush right there growing. This is wisteria. This stuff grows everywhere. You plant it once and you'll have it forever. Come through here, pull these out, and I did not see that I had this plant growing. Right here's another hyacinth bean vine. I might try to dig that up and transplant it over here on this trellis. Got some straw flowers here and some onions growing around them. So, and the same over here, straw flowers and onions. Check my fig tree, see if there's anything on it. And I put fertilizer down, so it's not forming anything yet that I see. Okay. All right. That's the garden for now. Let's get our goodies inside, and now we can make our salad. All right, y'all, this is today's harvest. This is going to be my dinner tonight. Salad with eggs from the chickens, fruit from all my plants, and this broccoli is going to get put in the fridge for tomorrow. But how awesome is that? And before I go, I wanted to show one more last thing. So on my way home today, I noticed that on the side of the road there was some wild elderberry growing. So I took a couple of the stems, and I'm going to cut the green parts off and stick these stems in the ground to hopefully get a couple of elderberry plants out of that. So I'm excited. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.